双语音标领航，注音阅读启蒙，叶兴阳有声读物。
In Flanders Fields and Other Poems by John McCrae. In Flanders Fields by John McCrae. With an essay in character by Sir Andrew Macphail == John McCrae, physician, soldier, and poet, died in France a lieutenant colonel with the Canadian Forces. The poem which gives this collection of his lovely verse its name has been extensively reprinted and received with unusual enthusiasm. The volume contains, as well, a striking essay in character by his friend, Sir Andrew Macphail == In Flanders Fields. In Flanders Fields the poppies grow between the crosses, row on row that mark our place. And in the sky, the larks still bravely singing, flies scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved, and were loved. And now we lie in Flanders Fields, take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Fields. John McCrae. From a facsimile of an autograph copy of the poem, In Flanders Fields. This was probably written from memory as grow, is used in place of blow, in the first line. Contents. In Flanders Fields 1915. The Anxious Dead 1917. The Warrior 1907. I Samawina 1910. The Unconquered Dead 1906. The Captain 1913. The Song of the Derelict 1898. Quebec 1908. Then, and Now 1896. Unsolved 1895. The Hope of My Heart 1894. Penance 1896. Slumber Songs 1897. The Oldest Drama 1907. Recompense 1896. Mine Host 1897. Equality 1898. Anarchy 1897. Disarmament 1899. The Dead Master 1913. The Harvest of the Sea 1898. The Dying of Père Pierre 1904. Eventide 1895. Upon What's Picture Sick Transit 1904. A Song of Comfort 1894. The Pilgrims 1905. The Shadow of the Cross 1894. The Night Cometh 1913. In Due Season 1897. John McCrae. An essay in character by Sir Andrew Macphail. In Flanders Fields. In Flanders Fields. In Flanders Fields the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place. And in the sky the larks, still bravely singing, fly scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved. And now we lie in Flanders Fields, take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Fields. The anxious dead, O guns, fall silent till the dead men hear above their heads the legions pressing on. These fought their fight in time of bitter fear, and died not knowing how the day had gone. O flashing muzzles, pause, and let them see the coming dawn that streaks the sky afar. Then let your mighty chorus witness be to them, and Caesar, that we still make war. Tell them, O guns, that we have heard their call, that we have sworn, and will not turn aside, that we will onward till we win or fall, that we will keep the faith for which they died. Bid them be patient, and some day, anon, they shall feel earth enwrapped in silence deep, shall greet, in wonderment, the quiet dawn, and in content may turn them to their sleep. The warrior, he wrought in poverty, the dull gray days, but with the night his little lamplit room was bright with battle flame, or through a haze of smoke that stung his eyes he heard the boom of Blucher's guns. He shared Almeida's scars, and from the close-packed deck, about to die, looked up and saw the Birkenhead's tall spars weave wavering lines across the southern sky, or in the stifling tween decks, row on row, at Aboukir, saw how the dead men lay, charged with the fiercest in Bisako strife. Brave dreams are his, the flickering lamp burns low. Yet couraged for the battles of the day, he goes to stand full face to face with life. I Samawana, scarlet coats, and crash o' the band, the grey of a pauper's gown, a soldier's grave in Zululand, and a woman in Brecon town. My little lad for a soldier boy, mother's o' Brecon town. My eyes for tears and his for joy, when he went from Brecon town. His for the flags and the gallant sights, his for the medals, and his for the fights, and mine for the dreary, rainy nights at home in Brecon town. They say he's laid beneath a tree. Come back to Brecon town. Shouldn't I know? I was there to see. It's far to Brecon town. It's me that keeps it trim and drayest, with a briar there and a rose by his breast. The English flowers he likes the best that I bring from Brecon town. And I sit beside him and me. We're back to Brecon town, to talk of the things that used to be, grey ghosts of Brecon town. I know the look o' the land and sky, and the bird that builds in the tree nearby, and times I hear the jackals cry, and me in Brecon town, golden grey on miles of sand. The dawn comes creeping down. It's day in far-off Zululand, and night in Brecon town. The unconquered dead, defeated, with great loss. Not we the conquered, not to us the blame of them that flee, of them that basely yield, nor ours the shout of victory, the fame of them that vanquish in a stricken field. That day of battle in the dusty heat we lay, and heard the bullets swish and sing like scythes amid the over-ripened wheat, and we the harvest of their garnering. Some yielded. No, not we, not we. We swear by these our wounds, this trench upon the hill where all the shell-strewn earth is seamed and bare, was ours to keep, and lo, we have it still. We might have yielded, even we, but death came for a helper. Like a sudden flood the crashing darkness fell. Our painful breath we drew with gasps amid the choking blood. The roar fell faint and farther off, and soon sank to a foolish humming in our ears, like crickets in the long, hot afternoon among the wheat fields of the olden years. Before our eyes a boundless wall of red shot through by sudden streaks of jagged pain. Then a slow-gathering darkness overhead, and rest came on us like a quiet rain. Not we the conquered, not to us the shame, who hold our earthen ramparts, nor shall cease to hold them ever. Victors we, who came in that fierce moment to our honored peace. The Captain 1797. Here all the day she swings from tide to tide. Here all night long she tugs a rusted chain. A masterless hulk that was a ship of pride, yet unashamed. Her memories remain. It was Nelson and the Captain, Cape St. Vincent Farley, with the vanguard leading Essathard in the haze, little Jervis and the Spaniards, and the fight that was to be. 27 Spanish battleships, great bullies of the sea, and the Captain there to find her day of days. Right into them the vanguard leads, but with a sudden tack the Spaniards double swiftly on their trail. Now Jervis overshoots his mark, like some too eager pack. He will not overtake them. Haste he errs so greatly back. But Nelson and the Captain will not fail. Like a tigress on her quarry leaps the Captain from her place, to lie across the fleeing squadron's way. Heavy odds and heavy onslaught, gun to gun, and face to face. When the ship, a name of glory, when the men, a death of grace. For a little hold the Spanish fleet in play. Ended now the Captain's battle. Stricken sore she falls aside, holding still her foemen, beaten to the knee. As the vanguard drifted past her. Well done, Captain, Jervis cried. Rang the cheers of men that conquered. Ran the blood of men that died. And the ship had won her immortality. Lo! Here her progeny of steel and steam, a funneled monster at her mooring swings. Still, in our hearts, We see her pennant stream, and well done, Captain. Like a trumpet rings the song of the derelict. Ye have sung me your songs, ye have chanted your rhymes. I scorn your beguiling, O sea. Ye fondle me now, but to strike me betimes. A treacherous lover, the sea. Once I saw as I lay, half awash in the night, a hull in the gloom, a quick hail, and a light. And I lurched o'er to leeward, and saved her for spite from the doom that ye meted to me. I was sister to terrible. 74. Yo-ho! For the swing of the sea. And ye sank her in fathoms 1,000 or more, alas! For the might of the sea. Ye taunt me, and sing me her fate for a sign. What harm can ye wreak more on me, or on mine? Ho, braggart! I care not for boasting of thine. A fig for the wrath of the sea. Some night to the lee of the land I shall steal. Hi-ho to be home from the sea. No pilot but death at the rudderless wheel. None knoweth the harbor as he. To lie where the slow tide creeps hither and fro, and the shifting sand laps me around. For I know that my gallant old crew are in port long ago, for ever at peace with the sea. Quebec 1608-1908. Of old, like Helen, guerdon of the strong, like Helen fair, like Helen light of word, the spoils unto the conquerors belong. Who winneth me must win me, by the sword. Grown old, like Helen, once the jealous prize that strong men battled for in savage hate, can she look forth with unregretful eyes, where sleep Montcalm and Wolfe beside her gate. Then and now, beneath her window in the fragrant night, I half forget how truant years have flown since I looked up to see her chamber light, or catch, perchance, her slender shadow thrown upon the casement. But the nodding leaves sweep lazily across the unlit pane, and to and fro beneath the shadowy eaves. Like restless birds, the breath of coming rain creeps, lilac-laden, up the village street when all is still, as if the very trees were listening for the coming of her feet that come no more. Yet, lest I weep, the breeze sings some forgotten song of those old years until my heart grows far too glad for tears. Unsolved. Amid my books I lived the hurrying years, disdaining kinship with my fellow man. Alike to me were human smiles and tears. I cared not whither earth's great life stream ran, till as I knelt before my mouldered shrine, God made me look into a woman's eyes. And I, who thought all earthly wisdom mine, knew in a moment that the eternal skies were measured but in inches, to the quest that lay before me in that mystic gaze. Surely I have been errant. It is best that I should tread with men their human ways. God took the teacher, ere the task was learned, and to my lonely books again I turned, the hope of my heart. Delicta juventudis et ignorantius aegis, qui sumus eni memoneris. Domine. I left, to earth, a little maiden fair, with locks of gold, and eyes that shamed the light. I prayed that God might have her in his care and sight. Earth's love was false, her voice, a siren's song. Sweet Mother Earth was but a lying name. The path she showed was but the path of wrong and shame. Cast her not out, I cry. God's kind words come. Her future is with me, as was her past. It shall be my good will to bring her home at last. Penance. My lover died a century ago, her dear heart stricken by my slanderous breath. Wherefore the gods forbade that I should know the peace of death. Men pass my grave, and say, 'Twere well to sleep, like such an one, amid the uncaring dead. How should they know the vigils that I keep, the tears I shed? Upon the grave I count with lifeless breath, each night, each year, the flowers that bloom and die, deeming the leaves that fall to dreamless death more blessed than I. 'Twas just last year I heard two lovers pass so near. I caught the tender words he said. Tonight the rain-drenched breezes sway the grass above his head. That night full envious of his life was I, that youth and love should stand at his behest. Tonight I envy him, that he should lie at utter rest, Slumber songs.
I.
Sleep. Little eyes that brim with childish tears amid thy play. Be comforted. No grief of night can weigh against the joys that throng thy coming day. Sleep. Little heart. There is no place in slumberland for tears. Life soon enough will bring its chilling fears and sorrows that will dim the after years. Sleep. Little heart.
2. Ah.
Little eyes, dead blossoms of a springtime long ago, that life's storm crushed and left to lie below the benediction of the falling snow. Sleep. Little heart that ceased so long ago its frantic beat. The years that come and go with silent feet have naught to tell save this, that rest is sweet. Dear little heart. The oldest drama. It fell on a day that he went out to his father to the reapers. And he said unto his father, my head, my head. And he said to a lad, carry him to his mother. And he sat on her knees till noon, and then died. And she went up, and laid him on the bed, and shut the door upon him, and went out. Immortal story that no mother's heart even yet can read, nor feel the biting pain that rent her soul. Immortal not by art which makes a long-past sorrow sting again, like grief of yesterday, but since it said in simplest word the truth which all may see, where any mother sobs above her dead and plays anew the silent tragedy. Recompense. I saw 2 sowers in life's field at morn, to whom came one in angel guise and said, is it for labor that a man is born?
Lo.
I am ease. Come ye, and eat my bread. Then gladly one forsook his task undone, and with the tempter went his slothful way. The other toiled until the setting sun with stealing shadows blurred the dusty day. Ere harvest time, upon earth's peaceful breast each laid him down among the unreaping dead. Labor hath other recompense than rest, else were the toiler like the fool. I said, God meteth him not less, but rather more because he sowed, and others reaped a store. Mine host, there stands a hostel by a travelled way. Life is the road, and death the worthy host. Each guest he greets, nor ever lacks to say, how have ye fared? They answer him, the most. This lodging place is other than we sought. We had intended farther, but the gloom came on apace, and found us ere we thought. Yet will we lodge. Thou hast abundant room. Within sit haggard men that speak no word. No fire gleams their cheerful welcome shed. No voice of fellowship or strife is heard, but silence of a multitude of dead. Naught can I offer ye, quoth death, but rest. And to his chamber leads each tired guest.
Equality.
I saw a king, who spent his life to weave into a nation all his great heart thought, unsatisfied until he should achieve the grand ideal that his manhood sought. Yet as he saw the end within his reach, death took the scepter from his failing hand, and all men said, he gave his life to teach the task of honor to a sordid land. Within his gates I saw, through all those years, one at his humble toil with cheery face, whom, being dead the children, half in tears, remembered oft, and missed him from his place. If he be greater that his people blessed than he the children loved, God knoweth best. Anarchy. I saw a city filled with lust and shame, where men, like wolves, slunk through the grim half-light, and sudden, in the midst of it, there came one who spoke boldly for the cause of right, and speaking, fell before that brutish race like some poor wren that shrieking eagles tear, while brute Dishonor, with her bloodless face stood by, and smote his lips that moved in prayer. Speak not of God. In centuries that word hath not been uttered. Our own king are we. And God stretched forth his finger as he heard, and o'er it cast 1,000 leagues of sea. Disarmament. One spake amid the nations. Let us cease from darkening with strife the fair world's light. We who are great in war be great in peace. No longer let us plead the cause by might. But from 1,000,000 British graves took birth a silent voice. The million spake as one. If ye have righted all the wrongs of earth, lay by the sword. Its work and ours is done. the dead master. Amid earth's vagrant noises, he caught the note sublime. Today around him surges from the silences of time a flood of nobler music, like a river deep and broad, fit song for heroes gathered in the banquet hall of God. The harvest of the sea. The earth grows white with harvest. All day long the sickles gleam, until the darkness weaves her web of silence o'er the thankful song of reapers, bringing home the golden sheaves. The wave tops whiten on the sea fields drear, and men go forth at haggard dawn to reap. But ever, mid the gleaner's song we hear the half-hushed sobbing of the hearts that weep. The dying of Père Pierre, with 2 other priests, the same night he died, and was buried by the shores of the lake that bears his name. Chronicle.
Nay.
Grieve not that ye can no honor give to these poor bones that presently must be but carrion, since I have sought to live upon God's earth, as he hath guided me,